Hey guys, so I wanted to share with you what the taxpayer sees when you share your unique link with your customers or when they're accessing your web app from your website. So we'll go ahead and click on Open to Access Connect. Then you'll see the logo for just a second, and then you'll be able to choose your language. You'll click on English, and now you'll see the onboarding screen so that the user knows kind of what it's going to happen, right? It's convenient, secure, professional. Click on Next. Now it's going to arrive to this page. Now, if they clicked on your unique link specifically, then they'll reach your homepage, and I'll show you that in a second. Otherwise, they'll just enter your tax professional key here, and you'll be able to see that from the dashboard when you go into your settings and change that. So we'll just go ahead and include this one. Continue, and now they'll access your page. You have a couple options here. From within the dashboard, you'll be able to update this information, your tax information, your address, your logo, which is up here. Then you have an option for the user to call you directly, to message you directly as an email. That'll open up right there. We'll delete that, right? We'll just go back to connect. And then you can also go ahead and share that. If a user wants to share that with a friend or not, they can go ahead and do it that way as well. So you can do that and provide a brief description of your tax office, right? What stands out, what's unique to you, so that the users get a chance to get a good first impression. And we'll click on Get Started and then have them create an account. So we'll just create a test account right now very quickly, so you guys can go ahead and see what this looks like. Perfect, done. Done. Perfect. And now that'll go ahead and open that up. And it's going to talk about starting your personal info. Now, as soon as you go ahead and click on continue, it's going to show you a way so that you can upload your information using your license. So I'll go ahead and scan my license so you guys can see what that looks like. Right? Very simple, captures all the information, doesn't have the social security number, obviously, because that's not in on the license, but we go ahead and scroll through. It has my information there. Home phone, cell phone. Just lock that out. Sorry, cell phone. Just include something there. Right. Next, just answer that question right there. Resident state, we'll go ahead and say California. Filing status, we'll go keep it simple. We'll go single. Right? Click on next. Now it's going to ask if you have any dependents. If you do, then it's just going to go through those questions. We'll go ahead and say yes. Dependent first name, we'll just call it Oscar. Test. So you can see these questions are very, very simple, very intuitive to answer. There's not many of them. You can go ahead and answer them pretty quickly. Was he a citizen of the United States? Yes, he's a citizen. Great. What about his relationship? It's the son. Click on next. How many months did he live with you? He lived 12 months with me. Was he a full-time student? Yes. And these are questions that you'll see go into the dashboard as soon as you go ahead and access that. So do you want to add another one? No. Perfect. Now it gives me to the personal info summary. Now this is the information that I inputted, and here's what we have for dependents. If you want to go ahead and add a dependent, you just click on Add Dependent, and then it'll circle back and answer the questions. You can click on Edit to edit any of the information that you included previously. Then we go ahead and click on Continue. Then it wants to ask you some questions about your income. So we'll click Continue, and you have your W-2, you have your Schedule C, side jobs, 1099 miscellaneous, unemployment, retirement plan, Social Security, and it's very, very simple. You can go ahead and click on that W-2, snap a photo. You can either use a gallery or a camera. We'll just go ahead and use a camera. I'll just take a quick picture of that, right? Use photo, and then click done, and then now it saves that one right there. If I go ahead and go back into the W-2, and let's say I have two W-2s, take a picture of that very quickly. Awesome. Click done, and now you see the cursor change to a 2. This will apply to all of these scenarios. Just go ahead and include that there very simply, and then you, the tax professional, you will be able to access the information on the dashboard. So we'll click on also, If they want more of a speedy process, right, they can go ahead and click on add later because we have the chat so that you can communicate with them via that way. So we'll click on continue. Then let's go ahead and dig into your tax breaks, right? So if they owned a home, they can go ahead in there. Real estate taxes paid, that's what they paid. Next, mortgage interest paid. Now the taxpayer will have this information. If they don't, then they can leave this out, right? And then you can do your due diligence through the chat and then ask those types of questions. It'll mark a check that those questions have been answered, and the same thing will apply to the rest of these scenarios. In the same kind of respect, if they don't want to answer these, they want to kind of speed through, they can click add later, and then in the chat you can ask them those questions to complete the return. So we'll go ahead and click continue. This health and insurance is for, and this is for Jesse. I'll go ahead and choose the insurance. If you had no coverage, were you exempt? No. Do you want to add someone else's insurance? No. Click on next. Awesome. Now you're here where you want to go ahead and let them choose their payment. Do they want to pay with refund, or do you want to pay in office? And here we'll go ahead and indicate in the dashboard what they chose. So if we want to use a refund transfer, we'll call pay with refund. And now they have the option for their disbursement. Do they want the money directly into their bank account, or do they want a paper check in the mail? If they choose bank account, then they'll simply go ahead and provide routing and accounting numbers along with the account type, and then click continue. Or they can just go ahead and use a paper check, and then it'll just go to the next page, which is to upload some IDs, some additional information, and things like that, so that you can go ahead and continue processing the return. So it's going to ask you for social security cards. You don't need to add this. This is just for your information. You can go ahead and click add later or continue. If you go ahead and click front, it'll just go ahead and open the camera that way, right? Go ahead and click continue. It'll go to the next page. Same thing here, front and back of the IDs, if that's something that you need or require. If not, you can go ahead and click add later. In the exact same way, it'll change to the screen. You can attach a selfie as well. Click continue, and then you can attach any other additional documents that they want, right? Then we'll get to this page. Now everything is pretty much all ready to be sent. You want to go ahead and send it. You click submit, and now everything gets sent, which is pretty much there. Now you go ahead and click on done, and then it'll open up the chat. Now all the information's been sent over. Now you can start to communicate with the tax professional to say, hey, thank you so much, right? And then start to communicate with the tax professional in real time. And so what I'll do here, I'll go ahead and pause this video, and then I'll share what the tax professional essentially sees from the dashboard, so you guys can have a better idea how it comes full circle.